What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my studio. My name is M.Falconer and I am a full-time visual artist. I've been selling my art online for 7 years and I've learned a lot and made a lot of mistakes. So I want to share some of the best ways to sell your art online that I've discovered, and some of these are platforms that a lot of artists haven't even heard about, so let's get into it. The first method is selling low content books on Amazon KDP. So what are low content books? Low content books are books that require very little writing, such as notebooks, sketchbooks, and coloring books. And Amazon KDP stands for Kindle Direct Publishing, and it's a free service by Amazon that lets you publish your own books directly onto Amazon, while Amazon does all the printing, fulfilling, and shipping for you. So you're probably thinking, where does the art come in? Well, as an artist, you design amazing cover art for these low content books, and you self-publish them on Amazon using Amazon KDP. Then customers will buy your books that feature your amazing art on them, and then Amazon pays you a percentage of every sale. So let me show y'all how it works. The first step is to make your free account on Amazon KDP. Once you have your Amazon KDP account, then the second step is to research what type of low content books are already selling on Amazon. There's an amazing tool that I use to do this, and it makes selling low content books 100 times easier because you can use it to create and design your own books. This platform is called BookBolt, and I'll show you how to use it. So the next step is to make your BookBolt account. So with BookBolt, you get a free 3-day trial, but I actually contacted BookBolt and told them that I'm making this video for you guys, and they offered to give you a 20% off discount code. So if you use the link below in my description to sign up for BookBolt, you'll get a great deal and you'll help support my channel. So once you're on BookBolt, you want to find the most profitable book niches. So first you want to go to the cloud feature in BookBolt and search for notebooks, journals, whatever type of book that you want to do. And then BookBolt will show you what type of designs are selling the best. It will list out the Amazon KDP books that are the best sellers for the category that you choose. You can also use BookBolt's KDP Spy, and this is my favorite tool on BookBolt. And the KDP Spy is a Chrome extension that you add to your Google Chrome browser to research popular books directly on Amazon. So you can search for a type of book on Amazon, and the KDP Spy will show you out of all of those results which ones are the best sellers, how many sales that they're getting on average per month. It gives you so much information. Now you're going to use this research to get inspiration for the types of book covers that you should design. And obviously you're not going to copy anyone's artwork, but you can make a similar type of design in your style based on something that has been proven to generate sales. And you want to tailor your research to your own type of artwork. So I have a self-love collection of paintings already. They're in the background there actually. So I'm searching for self-love notebooks to see what kind of books are already popular in that niche and if my artwork has a chance of being successful within that niche. So once you know what kind of book you think will work, it's time to create it. So you go into BookBolt's Creator. They have a whole app on their software for you to make your book, and you go and design your book cover. So you just upload your book cover's artwork to BookBolt, you select the size of the book that you want, and BookBolt will generate a template for you to use to put your cover and the back of the cover on it. They also have a bunch of tools available to add graphics and text and literally everything that you need to design your book cover. And you could also use BookBolt to create the interior of your book. because they have tons of templates ready to go, like lined pages, blank pages, dotted pages. There's so many options. And so you just download the template from BookBalt and you add it to your book. And boom, just like that, you have a book ready to upload onto Amazon KDP. And that is the next step, is to upload your book. So you log into Amazon KDP and you upload your book to be published. You can also use BookBalt's keyword feature to find out what is the best title to use for your book and the best keywords for your listing so that it has a higher chance of showing up in Amazon search. And then you set the selling price on Amazon and you'll know how much profit you'll get from the sale of each book. It does take a few days for Amazon to approve your listing, but once it's approved, it will be published on Amazon and you can start getting sales. So I really like this method because all you have to focus on is the research and making dope book covers, and since we're artists, we're already pretty good at that. And then Amazon literally does everything else for you. Plus, BookBalt provides all the other resources that you need to be super successful in this. So if you're thinking of doing this, don't forget to check out BookBalt and get 20% off using my link below. Now on to method number 2. All right, so method number 2 is to do e-commerce, either on your own website or through an online marketplace. So this method is actually how I started selling my art online, and it's how I make most of my money now, but it's probably the most time consuming and the most difficult to get off the ground. So let me explain how it works. So first, you want to create products that feature your artwork, such as prints and apparel like t-shirts, hats, stickers, stuff like that. Now, there's 2 ways that you could do this. First, you could use a local supplier to get inventory. So this way is usually cheaper, and that means that you will get higher profit margins and you could charge lower prices for your customers. But the downside is that you have to pay upfront for all the inventory that you order, and this is a risk if you don't end up selling everything, because then you'll just be stuck with this inventory. And you also have to buy all the packaging materials and all the shipping materials, and you're responsible for shipping and fulfilling all your orders, which can be a lot of work, especially if you're doing everything yourself. The second way to get products is to use a print-on-demand service like Printful, which is probably the most popular one. So how print-on-demand works is that you don't have to order any inventory up front. You start selling your products, and whenever you get an order from your customer, you then take that money from the order and you use it to buy the product from Printful or another print-on-demand website, and then the print-on-demand website will ship the product directly to your customer's house. So you never have to touch inventory in your life. But the downside of this is that it's usually more expensive. The products are more expensive, and that means you will either make less profit off every sale, or you have to charge higher prices. But it takes a lot off your plate because the print-on-demand service will do all the fulfilling for you, all the shipping for you. Like, you don't have to do any of that. You don't have to worry about shipping materials and all that. So it kind of works out. It works out. So once you figured out how you want to get your inventory, your products that you're selling, the second step is to actually create your online store. So there's basically 2 options for an online platform, and the first is your own website, and the second is an online marketplace such as Etsy, eBay, or Amazon. So if you choose to build your own website, and this is what I did, I chose to build my own website, M.Falconer.com. You can basically choose an e-commerce platform like Shopify or Squarespace or Wix. I personally use Shopify for my website because it has the most e-commerce tools and integrations. The good thing about building your own website is that it's the best way to represent your brand online. You have access to all of your data, and it's the most profitable in terms of profit margins. The downside is that it takes a lot of time and energy and skills to build a really good website. There's also the upfront cost of paying for the website and any other apps that you might want on your website. And you're responsible for actually driving traffic to your website, because no one will know about your website unless you promote it. So you'll have to put a lot of time and energy into building a brand and an online presence and promoting yourself on like social media to get potential customers to your website. You might even have to buy ads to direct people to your website, and running ads is a hard and expensive process. Trust me, I have done a lot of trial and error and spent a lot of money trying to figure all of this out. Now let's talk about the marketplaces. So if you choose to go on a marketplace like Etsy, Amazon, or eBay, it's way cheaper and easier to get it up and running. Plus, there's already a customer base of people shopping on these websites and shopping on these online platforms that you'll have direct access to. So you don't have to rely so heavily on your own marketing, but you do have to pay a lot of fees to these platforms in order to sell your products, and these fees do eat into your profit margins. So with this method, at the end of the day, the best option is the one that works for you. Some artists like to have more control of the whole process, so they would rather have their own e-commerce website and do their own fulfillment. And other artists would rather just focus on creating their amazing artwork, and they'd rather let other people handle all the rest. And there's also the option of doing both. So basically, you'll have to weigh the pros and cons and decide which route that you prefer, but both are pretty viable options. All right, so on to method number 3. Okay, so the third method is to sell wholesale on Faire.com. So this option is something that I think a lot of artists haven't heard of. In fact, I recently found out about this like this year. So what is Faire? Faire is an online wholesale marketplace that connects small brands and artists with independent retailers around the world. It's different from marketplaces like Amazon and Etsy that we talked about before, because Faire only does wholesale. So if you don't know what wholesale is, basically wholesale is selling a bunch of your products at once to a retailer who will then resell your products at a higher price to the end customer. The benefit of this is that even though you're selling your products at a lower price, since you're selling a large quantity at once, you can still make a lot of money. And Faire is a unique wholesaler because they value artisans and handmade local products that aren't mass produced. So it's perfect for artists. Let me show you how it works. So the first step is to make an account. First, you need to make a vendor account on Faire.com. It's completely free to make an account and there's no setup fees. You just fill in all the information about your brand and tell your brand story and upload some pictures. The second step is to add your products. So you upload all your products onto the platform and you decide your wholesale prices. So this can be anywhere from 20% to 80% cheaper than your regular retail prices. But obviously you don't want to make it too cheap because you still need to make money at the end of the day. And they have a Shopify integration, so I was able to import all my existing products from my Shopify store because I already have all my products set up on there. And kind of tying it back to the previous step, this would benefit you if you decided to order inventory instead of doing print on demand, because you would already have products ready for wholesaling. It would be kind of hard and expensive to use print on demand for bulk orders, because print on demand is more so made for getting orders one at a time, shipping direct to your customer. And the third step is to just start selling. So once your store is ready, you can start getting orders from retail stores across the world. Once you get an order, you just package and ship your products to them. The only downside is that Faire takes a pretty hefty cut from every order that discovered you on their marketplace. And their fees are up to 25%. So you have to consider that when you are deciding your prices. To be honest with you guys, I've actually just started using Faire, and so far my experience has been great. But if you want me to make another video about them in like a few months after I actually start getting more sales, then let me know in the comments down below and I'll update you on how it's going. All right, y'all, so those are my top 3 ways to make money online as an artist right now. The links to everything that I talked about are in the description down below. And remember to try out BookBolt for 20% off if you want to do low content books. Let me know what you think about each of these options in the comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback and get more ideas for future videos. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.